Now, we've covered the concept of what hemisync is and what remote viewing is, but I really want to say, sort of as a concluding comment here, that the reason that I want to share this with you is because of my value system about what is remote viewing and what is the value of remote viewing. I showed you some illustrations and some really good remote viewings and some things that you really can't tell very much from remote viewing. And then I showed you Mars, and maybe what Joe says was accurate, but we're not going to know until we get that ground truth information. So there's a let's wait and see concept about that. To me, the value of remote viewing isn't in describing planet Mars. It isn't in finding your lost car keys or predicting silver futures or the lottery number or finding missing children. To me, the value of remote viewing lies within the experience itself. Here, Joe McMoneagle presumably was able to perceive millions of miles across space and perhaps millions of years across time, anywhere and anywhen. What does that perceptual ability say about who we are? If Joe is a model of the human evolving consciousness, who are we really? Sentient spiritual beings at one with all that is. So the value of remote viewing for me is in the experience itself. The only way you can know who you really are is to have that personal experience, to find out for yourself. It's kind of like when you were back in high school, you were taking geometry and you asked your teacher, "Why do I have to take geometry?" And she would say, "Well, you might be an engineer someday." Well, what percentage of those 20 kids in class with you are engineers today? Almost none of them. And yet everybody had to take geometry. What the teacher should have said to you is, because by learning math, by studying the sciences, by taking a foreign language, by studying literature and music and sports in a foreign language, you become a greater experiential being. The way in which you will live your life and do the world will be larger for your experience. And the value then of taking geometry is in the experience and what you become for all of those things that you experience throughout life. And so too with remote viewing. Who and what are you if you know everywhere and everywhen?